Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart, and this is the Asia update video for Friday, November 18. We're going to take a look at the Shanghai Composite, the Shenzhen, the Hang Seng, the Nikkei 225, India's Nifty 50, and two Chinese ADRs, Weibo and CTRP, so stay tuned. Let's start off here with the Shanghai Composite. You can see that this week did not move very far on the Shanghai Composite. It was down 3 for the week. Very tiny little compressed action in here. And I do believe that China is getting to be at a crossroads or a threshold in here because this is pushing out into the apex of what looks like a rising wedge. And we keep extending out into here. Now we're kind of doing what I call a little bit of a throwover. We've had wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a 5th wave. I'm expecting this to end, and this is the expectation for wave C, which should be a strong downdraft wave. That's what I'm expecting. So that's why I say we're at a threshold here, or a crossroads, because either this is going to start to accelerate, especially after a compressed a week like this. This is either going to accelerate and something else is going on, or it's going to collapse like I'm expecting it to. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen next week, but I'm expecting this to turn down here pretty soon. The next one is the Shenzhen weekly, and it is doing the same exact thing. You can see it was only up 3.2 points for the week. Same exact picture and the same expectation I've got on the Shenzhen. The Hong Kong Hang Seng Index on a weekly chart, it was down 186 points for the week. So this is now starting to downtrend like I'm expecting, but the next move is for it to come down and break this trend line and to do an intermediate wave 3, what I'm calling intermediate wave 3 to the downside. Now, I think we've already started that, but I want to see some continued follow through here. Now, all we have was a little doji candle. It was just kind of a pause type week, even though it was down. So that's the picture on the Hang Seng. That picture really hasn't changed at all. India, let's go to the India Nifty 50 on the daily chart. Now, did I pull up the daily? I did. Okay, so this has continued to pull back a little bit further than I thought. I thought maybe we'd get some support in here. We did not do that. This was a big downdraft day. That was the actually this was the result of the election. Okay, so overnight the markets had this happen. They were open when the results were coming in during the United States evening hours. And so then we've continued to pull back down here. Now, this needs to get some kind of reversal price action kicking in here pretty soon if we're indeed moving to the upside in a 5th intermediate wave. Now, I still believe we're in the 5th primary wave, which means we're trying to figure out the 5 intermediate waves. And my best count is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if this were to keep coming down and overlap the top of wave 1, which is the highest 77.6, so if this breaks below 77.77, then I think the odds are that the 5th intermediate wave is completed. And let me look at the weekly chart. That my alternate count would be that primary wave 5 would have completed up here at the top on September 9th. Now, right now, I'm waiting to see if that's the case, and you could see the big move that India's been in, and I do think that we're in the 5th major move to the upside here, and we're counting 5 primary waves up in that final move. All right, so that's the picture on India Nifty 50 on a weekly chart. I want to go to Japan also. Japan on a weekly, I do think we've got a double bottom in here, and I've been looking at this for weeks. I first spotted this back here in August timeframe or so, and and with a classic double bottom pattern, it's confirmed if you break and get above this high here, close above this high. Now, we did it on a daily, and now we did it on a weekly chart, okay? So because Japan's ended. Today, by the way, is Friday, November 18. And so their day and week is concluded over there in Asia. Okay, so right now we've got confirmation of a breakout. Now, from an Elliott wave perspective, not quite sure what is going on here. I do think we have 1, 2, 3, consolidation 4, 5. So I think we have 5 wave, like an A, B, and another 5 wave down here for a C. Then I'm seeing 3 waves, and now a potential 5. So this would imply that some kind of corrective move down and then some kind of corrective move back up. But when you zoom out of this, and this is what this line is up here, I'll show you in a second. When you zoom back out of this, look what's been going on with the Japan Nikkei. I mean, this is back here at that super peak in January 1990 when it topped out. And this has been going down all the way down to that financial crisis low in here. And what did I do was I was pointing out the fact that we continue to have lower highs and lower lows in here until this high in 2015. This has broken the trend. So we've now got a higher high, and it's to be seen to what kind of, a lower low. Now, maybe what we are doing is correcting in terms of like a 1, 2, and another wave to the downside, or you call it an A, B, and another wave to the downside. That's possible. Short-term wise, I got to say that the trend still continues to trend to the high side here, especially on a weekly chart. This is a 10-week and this is a 21-week. This is exponential and this is simple. So that's the way I've got it set up here on the weekly. All right, that's Japan. And we talked about India already. So let's move over and take a look at Weibo. And Weibo, of course, the week hasn't closed yet, so because this is trading here in the United States. I think we're in a 4th intermediate wave. We're still pulling back. We're still trending to the downside. You can see the moving averages are aligned, the 10 exponential, and then the 21, the 55. We're continuing to pull back. I do think from this low back here in August of 2015 that we've had 1, 2, a very strong 3. So I'm projecting out the bottom of the channel over here for a potential wave 4. So we're watching to see what we get there. And if I look to check on Weibo, let's see what is it doing right now at almost 2 hours into the trading day. Weibo is down $1 at 43.76, so it is continuing to pull to the downside. All right, and let's take a look at CTRP and see what it's doing. CTRP's a little, I think it's been a little choppy to the sideways, and it's been doing this throughout 2016. So it's more than a little; it's quite a bit choppy actually. Here's the big picture on CTRP. I think that we are in a 4th corrective move of some kind. I just don't think it's completed yet. And you can continue to see this overlapping choppy ways to the downside. And right now, the short and intermediate trend is to the downside. Right now, CTRP is trading down 81.5 cents at 41, down 80 cents at 41.51. So it's down in here. So the downtrend is continuing on CTRP. And that's the picture that we've got on CTRP and Weibo. That's the Asia update for this week. Hope you found that helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and share it on your email to a friend, social media, or whatever. And head on over to the website and check this out. If you're not watching this on my website, head on over there and check out the other posts I've got for you and the insider membership that I've got for folks to join. All right, everyone, have a great rest of the week, Friday and the weekend, and we'll talk to you on the next video.